Alright guys, what's up? So, as you guys can see, they have added housing in Tradelands. Wow! Well, I guess Joe finally delivered on his 2-week promise about a year and a half ago. But I'm going to show you guys some stuff about the housing because I've been doing a lot of the housing and I pretty much know how everything works. So, I'm going to explain to you guys how housing works. I'm going to show you everything you could get with housing. And I'm going to show you guys the house that I built the last couple days, which in my opinion is a pretty nice house considering that nobody else really has houses in Tradelands. And the rent, first of all, the rent on the biggest house, the one that I have, $150K a week, guys. That's insane! $150K a week! I'm gonna have to pay $600K a month for this thing. Which, I mean, I'm not poor, so I can afford it. But still, $600K a month is insane! So, let's get started. First of all, for the housing update, you could go out to basically anywhere in your major spawning city, I guess. Basically like Whitecrest, Blackwin, Nova, and Hollingard. You go find this guy right here. His name's Daniel Ford. I don't know if he has different names, but he's a landlord. The first thing you'll see upgrade house and public houses. So, if you were to click upgrade house, you'd see all the availabilities you have. I believe right now there is Shack, Freeport, and Balreskin. Now, you could add more stuff on, as you guys can see, to your houses. But if you add more stuff on, 1, it's going to cost you more to upgrade. And 2, your rent will be insane like mine, $150K a week. Well, actually, you could add a couple things, which is what most sane people do. And you will probably have about $20K a week to $30K a week. Nice little like 3 houses. But I mean, if you know me, I have to have the best like usual. So I went ahead and bought the fully upgraded Balreskin house, which cost me about $300K and about $150K a week, like I said, which is insane. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do once you enter the house is you are going to need to build this right here. You're going to need to build the crafting table and you're going to need to build the blacksmithing table. Both of those are kind of pay to win because you need a blacksmithing, what are they called? Let's go check here. You're going to need to buy a blacksmithing hammer and some craftsman thing, which you can only get in the premium shop. That's to build those. But you could probably trade off of somebody for probably like 100K or something. Alright, this is what you need. You need the carpenter's mallet, which is 500 Robux. This is for the carpentry station. And you need the blacksmith's hammer, which is 500 Robux as well, which is for the blacksmithing station. Once you have those, you could just move over here. You could go over to, where is it here? Crafting. So to make the carpentry station, you're going to need 100 of 1 metal. You're going to need 500 wood. And you're going to need the carpenter's mallet. And then, to make the blacksmithing station, you're going to go ahead and need 120 metal, 250 wood, 200 steel, and 1 blacksmith's hammer. So this update is not cheap, guys. You're going to have to get some Robux to pay to win, or you're going to have to just do a lot of trading to be able to afford this, guys. Alright, so once you have those 2 things, you could go back to your house. Go back to your house. Come on. There we go. And then you just place them down in your house. All you need to do is press edit house. And then you need to put them on your back. And then you could put them down. As you can see on the left hand side, you could rotate them. You could choose the increments. So you could do like 45 degrees at a time or 90 degrees. And once you place them down, you will see this menu right here. So basically there's 2 new skills in Tradelands, which are carpentry and blacksmithing. Blacksmithing is for this and carpentry is for this. As you guys can see, I am already maxed on both because I am a try-hard. Alright, so what you're going to have to do, guys, is basically put this down and you have all of these options to make. As you can see, you have the normal stuff, but as you can also see, they also added cutlass to it, which is 3 high quality mold. Now, I'm not sure if this is pirate only, or if navies can do it. I'm pretty sure navies can make this, which is kind of not fair because this was a pirate weapon. But I mean, it costs 3 high quality mold, and I'm sure the ones that required pirate council cost like one mold. So I mean, you get a more expensive cutlass, and cutlass is okay anyways. Alright, so as you guys can see, you can make like bowls, plates, just all this stuff. This is what you can make with a blacksmithing. You can make all this kitchen stuff here. We already showed the weapons. You can make lighting for your house, candles, unlit candles. Don't make these, by the way. I don't believe they're just decorative. I made the mistake of making these, and they do not light up my house, so that was a big waste. Alright, lanterns and hanging lanterns. Now, they did up the price of hanging lanterns from about 10 to 20, I believe, but they're pretty good. And I believe NAR is actually making it so that candles cost cheaper now, but they also burn out, so you will have to replace them. Alright, guys, so this is basically it for blacksmithing. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the little bit cooler thing here. So this is the craftsmith table, or whatever you want to call it. Here you can make chairs, tables, kitchen appliances, displays, show trophies, show models, show signs, show crafts and barrels, and miscellaneous stuff. I'll go over it one more time just so you guys can see everything here in case I'm going a little bit too fast. There is a huge amount of items you guys can use. Like, he's going to be adding a lot more. Surprisingly, he's been updating the game wonderfully, and even though people complain about this update, the price of it, dude, I haven't had this much fun in Tradelands in about, I'd say like 5 months, 6 months, man. This was so much fun. Alright, well anyways, you see all these things, you can make like numbers. So if you guys want to make a nice little shop, you could put like nice, what are they here? You could put display cases and then little numbers over it to say your prices. You could have barrels, etc. There's just lots of stuff, guys, as you guys can see. Curtain, boards, board piles, and anchors. Okay, so to get your level up to craft this stuff, you're going to have to get your blacksmithing and carpentry up, obviously. It'll say the level required probably around here. I am max on both, so I can't really show you guys that. So, this right here, by the way, is Abs. It's pretty cool. So this is my house, guys. This is what I built. I personally think this is a pretty nice house for the update only being out for a couple days. I mean, obviously when he adds more stuff that I can use and he puts a limit or removes the limit, I'll be able to add more. So basically right now for the house, there's a limit of 200 items, and as you guys can see, I'm at 192 items. Actually, I was at 200 items, but I had to take some stuff out last night just so I could put more stuff in my house. So this is kind of my cellar here. Pretty basic. This is just where I go to craft my stuff for my house. Some nice barrels here. And then this is kind of the cool area here. I guess this is kind of like my tavern or my living room. I'm not sure. It's like a meetup place. But I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Nice little fireplace here. We obviously got a bunch of different capes. Once I am able to acquire a Verner cape, I will put it right here. Or Verner. This is the nice little bird cage you could get at Freeport. Makes for a really nice decorative item. Just some anchors. Just some curtains. Nice little model ships, which these things are expensive to build, by the way. Some fish stuff, Birkeland flag, my nice little collection of mugs, and that's about it. Just my nice little Freeport silver right there. So the other day they also added display cases, which by the way you can use to put your glowies and your weapons in to show them off to your friends. As you guys can see, I put my nice little short sword. I think that's a short sword. Don't quote me there. Right there. It's pretty nice. I think that's pretty cool, man, because I have lots of friends that have some insane glowies, and like I have a friend that has like a, what is it? It's that oversized flintlock that he stuck in one of these things, and oh my god, it's funny. Alright guys, so this is like my little kitchen area that I made here. It's okay. I would add more stuff to it, but like I said, the problem I have currently is that I have about only 200 item space to work with, or item limit, and I've already hit 192, so that's a big issue there. I'm going to have to either wait for that to be increased, or I'm going to have to take some stuff out. So this is basically my living room, guys. As you guys can see, I'll take one more quick over on it. I think I did a pretty good job, because it's pretty hard to build in Tradelands. Well, it's not hard, it just requires time and effort, man. So I think I did a pretty decent job in my opinion. Alright, so there's, in the biggest house, I'm sure you guys probably want to know this because not a lot of people will have the biggest house for obvious reasons. You basically get this little nice kitchen area, basically what I use it for. You get this nice huge room, by the way. Oh my god, this room was big. Alright, you have the cellar, which is pretty nice. And then up here you have the second floor. So my idea, what I was going to do, is I was going to kind of make like a pub up here with a bunch of round tables and tankards. And then I was going to put a nice amount of flags around the side of the room with some nice weapon cases with flags under them. It'd be really nice. And then up here you guys have the attic. The attic is okay. It's really not needed because you just, like, I mean, look at it. You're paying for something that you're barely gonna use because you can't really put that much stuff in it. So my suggestion to you guys is basically this. You should get this normal house right here, Balreskin house. You should get the living room. You should get this extension right here. I'm not sure what it's called, but you will be able to find it. You should get this extension, and then if you want, you could either get the cellar to do what I did, like put your crafting stuff, or you could get a second floor if you think you'll need it, so you could have like 2 big rooms. But you guys gotta remember, every extension you do makes your house cost more for rent every week, and you have to pay more on it. People have pointed out that why would you have to buy a house and then pay for rent, which I mean is it's true, but it's really funny, so I'm not gonna complain about it. Like I said, I've had more fun in Tradelands the past couple days than I have in like 4 months. Like, this did take me a lot of time. As you guys can see, I did put a lot of detail into what I did. I used to have all these full, but I had to take some off because I was hitting the item limit. But honestly, yeah, this update is a little bit not friendly to people that are new. But here's the thing, it is pay to win. This update is pay to win with the malices, or with the blacksmithing stuff you need to buy and the carpentry stuff you need to buy. But you can definitely get all this stuff for free just by playing. By free, I mean like you could go do some cargo runs or buy and sell, and you could just buy the stuff off other people. So, and if you get like a 1 or 2 man house, it's really cheap. It's not that bad for rent. So, like Nar said in the Discord that people weren't really supposed to buy the biggest house like the one that I have. So they weren't really planning on having more than 200 limit space, but I really hope that they change their mind on that and give it like 400 to 500 space, because I really want to change this room up here, make like a pub and stuff. And the problem with the houses, guys, I'm gonna warn you, apparently you cannot just take off, like if you buy an attic, you cannot just go back and take the attic off without all your items in the house going back into your warehouse. So if you have a really nice house, like 200 items in it, or you really worked hard on it, do not like downgrade your house. I'm not sure if it works the same with upgrading, but probably does, because you will end up having to put them all back. So it's really important that once you guys decide what size you want your house to be, you stick with it. And just like think about it, like how do I want my house? Do I want a cellar? Do I want a little kitchen area? Do I want a second floor? Stuff like that. But yeah, guys, the housing update's really nice. They also added some other stuff, which is a couple smaller islands around Tradelands. So, like, honestly, this is a really good update. Like, Tradelands hasn't had an update, like, a good update in probably, like, half a year, man. That's not, like, Robux related or fighting related. So, for him to go ahead and add housing finally after, like, a year of them promising, or just like memeing about it in like the Discord and everything, if you guys know about like what Joe did and everything. I think the meme basically started with Joe promising housing. But yeah, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, they did deliver. They did add a suggestion in the Discord, so it's going to be really nice, and they're gonna add a lot more stuff. I'm really hoping that they add like a radio for the house, so that when people come into my house, they can hear music that I play, or kind of like a phonograph. Also, it'd be really nice if there was like a doorbell system. I mean, I guess I said this to Sandstorm, and he said it's kind of like GTA 5. Like, oh yeah, let's make Tradelands into GTA. But honestly, like, I can't tell you guys the amount of time when I have my house on public and people, I get raided by White Crest Navy. Just the other night, I was building, and I am pretty sure White Crest Navy did a patrol in my house, and it lasted like 3 hours long, where they just killed everybody. Now, I could have set it to private, but then I wouldn't be able to have my friends in from another faction. Like, you can have a crew. Alright guys, also I'm going to mention this. If you do not want to set your house to public, all you need to do is start your crew and invite your friends, and they have the ability to go into their captain's house. So that's a way you guys can get your friends in without having to deal with all the public nuisance. But yeah, it'd be really nice if they added another setting where it was like invitation only, or requires permission to enter or something, where you set it on and then like they try to enter your house and then you get a notification saying like so and so wants to enter your house, can they come in, and then you just press yes or no. That'd be really cool. But I mean, I'm not going to critique this update too badly, because honestly, they did a really good job and they're going to be adding more. So if you guys did take a break from Tradelands, or you're hesitant to come back, you're definitely able to build houses and build something a little bit smaller than mine for obvious reasons. You should be able to afford it. It shouldn't be that much of an issue. As long as you guys play like 1 or 2 hours a day, or 1 or 2 hours every other day, you should easily be able to get the money to afford it. That's about it, guys. Yeah, I guess I could show you guys how the house editor kind of works. So basically, let's say I pick up an item here. So this is what you could do. This is Abs, by the way. This used to be in Freeport. There's also a bigger version, but I do not have it because there's like 5. So you're going to go ahead and put the item on your side or your back. And as you guys can see, you need to press Edit House. Once you do that, you will be able to see the item that you want to place. So if you want to rotate it, you just press this. You could change your rotation increment here to like let's change it to like 45 degrees, just like that. Alright guys, so you do that, and then you could just press the rotation button to put it wherever you want. So you guys could get really detailed, I guess. You could make really detailed houses. In the future, they will be adding more stuff, and I have a feeling, like, this is kind of obvious, but I have a feeling he's gonna do a crate with furniture in the crate. So I like glowy furniture in the Robux crates. I mean, it's obvious, it'd be cool. I'm not gonna say it's stupid, because I kind of want it myself. As you guys can see, if you have like Freeport capes, they actually turn into trophies like this one. This is a silver one. There's also a gold and copper one. Basically, I think Unstop has them. Yeah, he does. But they basically just look like this, but they're gold and bronze. That's for Freeport capes. For normal capes like this is the Verdantine cape, Inyolan cape, Pershovian cape, Birkeland cape, and so on, so on. I don't have the Verner cape, but once I get it, it's going right here for obvious reasons. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much my house. This pretty much sums up the housing update. I don't think I missed too much. You guys just need to basically build a house, build the crafting station, the blacksmithing station, and then you should be able to put your items down. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Discord, as I do feel like I have an understanding of how the housing update works at this time. I'll just go ahead and show you guys this really quickly as well, so that some people might not understand this. So to do this, the weapon display, you're just going to put this on your side here. You need to put the weapon on your back. I think for Scimitar's side is fine. You just press your edit house, you put down the little weapon rack, just like this. And you need to get out of the edit house like that. You just click it, and then there you go. It's on your rack. You can just click it again to take it off, and so on and so on. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I don't have much more to talk about. This is a new housing update on Tradelands. In my opinion, if I gave it a rating, I'd rate it 8.5 out of 10. There's a couple things I'd like added, which I'm sure they are going to add because they seem like they are rejuvenated. Seems like Nara's been rejuvenated on Tradelands, or at least is updating it again, which really is important because it could bring back the user base and make the game more fun to play with more traders and so on and so on.